Welcome, everyone, to Young at Heart, session number 149. I'm Father James DeLucia with the Paulist Fathers. You find me once again back in the Paulist Fathers Rectory Library, ready, willing, and able to offer you nursery rhymes, stories, songs, poems, Mother Goose, Aesop's fables, Lewis Carroll, limericks, and larks to help keep us all young at heart. Continuing on our series with African American folk tales, I'm delighted to share with you this one, which so far may become your most favorite of all. Let's see. By way of preface, you should know that this story concerns the Yoruba god called Esu Elegbara. Esu Elegbara, most commonly known as Esu, and in this story called The Two Friends, he's referred to exclusively as Esu. I think you will like him. He is the god of chance and uncertainty. Here we go. Everyone knows the story of the two friends who were thwarted in their friendship by Esu. They took vows of eternal friendship to one another, but neither took any consideration for Esu. Esu took note of this, and he decided to do something about it. When the time was ripe, Esu decided to put their friendship to his own little test. He made a cloth cap. The right side of the cap was black. The left side of the cap was white. Now the two friends were out in the fields, tilling their land. One was hoeing on the right side, and the other was clearing the bushes on the left. Esu came by on a horse, riding between the two men. The one on the right side saw the black side of the hat. The friend on the left side of the land noticed the sheer whiteness of Esu's cap. The two friends took a break for lunch under the cool shade of the trees. Said one friend to the other, "Did you see the man with the white cap who greeted us as we were working? He was very pleasant, wasn't he?" "Yes," said the other, "he was charming. But it was a man in a black cap that I recall, not a white one." "It was a white cap," said the other. "The man was riding a magnificently caparisoned horse, and he wore a white cap." "Then it must be the same man, I tell you, but his cap was dark, black. You must be fatigued or blinded by the hot rays of the sun to take a white cap for a black one." "I tell you, it was a black cap, and I am not mistaken. I remember him distinctly." The two friends fell to fighting. The neighbors came running out, but the fight was so intense that the neighbors could not stop it. In the midst of this uproar, Esu returned, looking very calm and pretending not to know what on earth was going on. "What is the cause of all this hullabaloo?" he demanded sternly. "Two close friends are fighting," was the answer. "They seem intent on killing each other, and neither would stop or tell us the reason for this fight. Please do something before these friends destroy each other." Esu promptly stopped the fight. "Why do you lifelong friends make a public spectacle of yourselves in this manner?" "A man rode through the farm, greeting us as he went," said the first friend. "He was wearing a black cap, but my friend tells me he was wearing a white cap, and that I must have been tired, or blind, or both." The second friend insisted that the man had been wearing a white cap. One of them was mistaken, but it certainly was not he. "Both of you are right," said Esau. "How can that be? I am the man who paid the visit over which you now quarrel, and here is the cap that has caused you so much dissension." Apu put his hand in his pocket and brought out the two-colored cap, saying, "As you can see, one side is white, the other side is black. You each saw one side, and therefore are right about what you saw. Are you not the two friends who made together a vow of friendship? When you vowed to be friends always, to be faithful and true to each other, did you reckon with Esau? Do you know that he who does not put Esau first in all his or her doings has himself or herself to blame if things misfire? And so it is said, Esau, do not unto me, do not falsify the words of my mouth, do not misguide the movements of my feet. You who translates yesterday's words into novel utterances, do not undo me. I bear you sacrifices. Well, there we have it. Wasn't that fun? And so clever. So clever. The footnote here about it explains a little more if you'd like to hear it. Well, I'm assuming that you do. Okay. What Esau reveals is the impossibility of settling on fixed meanings or of creating closure. Meaning is always determined by perspective and the vantage point from which something is seen, as the story of Esau's cloth cap tells us. The fact that the cap is both black and white suggests an embracing of contradictions, and Esau reveals the enrichment that comes with the swerve toward living with a consciousness of both and, rather than a duality of it's either or, my way or the highway, or some other such dualistic thinking. So, thank you so much for joining me. You see me in my collar. I had Mass today on the eve of the 20th Sunday in Ordinary Time. I think I might share with you my homily on another video. So, check it out on Facebook or YouTube shortly after you enjoy this one, and I do hope you enjoyed it. Have a good evening. Have a blessed Sunday Sabbath. Rest. Take good care, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not good to anybody. Bye-bye now. Good night, everyone. Sleep tight.